High above war-torn Europe, in the final brutal years of World War II, the sky itself had become a battlefield. Steel birds hunted one another through clouds stained with smoke, fire, and death. Among them was a lone German fighter pilot, young, experienced, and already haunted by what he had seen. That morning, his mission was simple: intercept enemy bombers before they reached the heart of the Reich. He climbed into his aircraft before dawn, the metal skin of the plane cold beneath his gloves. The engine roared to life, shaking the fuselage like a living beast straining to be unleashed. As the plane lifted from the runway, he felt the familiar mix of pride and fear tighten in his chest. Minutes later, the sky exploded. Enemy fighters appeared out of the clouds, their guns flashing like lightning. Tracers ripped through the air. The German pilot rolled and dived, firing short bursts, narrowly avoiding death again and again. Then, without warning, everything went wrong. A single hit, not to the engine, not to the wing, the cockpit. The enemy round pierced the aircraft S-structure and ruptured a line carrying superheated fluids near the engine. In an instant, scorching liquid sprayed into the cockpit. The temperature rose violently. Metal began to glow. Paint blistered and peeled away. The pilot screamed. His flight suit smoked as the heat intensified. The instrument panel warped. The glass of the canopy cracked and distorted like melting ice. The smell of burning insulation, fuel, and flesh filled the confined space. He tried to bail out, but the canopy had fused to the frame. The heat was so intense that aluminum components softened and bent. Control cables snapped. His hands burned as he grasped the stick, skin sticking to hot metal. The plane was no longer an aircraft, it was a flying furnace. As the fighter plunged toward the earth, witnesses on the ground later reported something terrifying. The aircraft appeared to be melting in mid-air, pieces deforming and tearing away under extreme heat. Inside, the pilot's agony was unimaginable. By the time the plane struck the ground in a fireball, there was nothing left to save, only twisted wreckage fused together by fire. Recovery teams found metal warped beyond recognition. The cockpit had collapsed inward, as if the plane itself had liquefied. No body could be identified. No name was ever confirmed. Just another pilot lost to the sky. But his death became a grim reminder of the true horror of aerial warfare. Not just the violence of bullets and explosions, but the merciless physics of fire, heat, and metal at war with the human body. For those who flew, death did not always come instantly. Sometimes, it came slowly, burning through steel and flesh at 30,000 feet.